Sup homies, today we're going to be talking about Mark of the Deep. Think of this video as kind of like an early impression and my thoughts on how the game is in development so far. So I was granted access to the early playtest and there's some rough edges here and that's kind of expected, that's fine. But Mark of the Deep is a pirate themed Metroidvania with some Dark Souls. I hate saying this, but it's in the description. It's a Souls-like, right? So Mark of the Deep is a story-rich action-adventure game with some like strong elements of, like I said, Metroidvania and Souls-like games. That usually comes in through difficulty and other mechanics. And it is an immersive and reactive world. So the player is going to control Marcus, hashtag Rookie Ramsey, a rookie pirate exploring the mysteries of a cursed island in order to find his lost pirate crew and get rid of the island's curse and leave. So the way the game starts is that Marcus here, always called Rookie in dialogue, wakens in a chapel and he doesn't know how he got there. Neither does the rest of the pirate crew. It is up to you to help Marcus explore this godforsaken island and get off of it safely. You're going to face a wide variety of dangers to find his lost crew. Some of them you'll meet kind of at the beginning of the game, but as you explore more of the island, you'll find more of their crew members. However, by exploring these eerie biomes and fighting abysmal monsters, Marcus is going to learn that the island was cursed centuries ago when the cultist leaders of the Old Folk, which were the original native inhabitants of this island, imprisoned the Leviathan in search of obtaining immortality. Yep, that's the plot. You're trying to kill a century-old cult. I hope you have fun doing that. As you explore the island, you're going to find, as I said before, your old crew members, but also other inhabitants that have been transformed by the curse of the island. Some have been blessed to be kind of cute fish. Some look like dilapidated blob monsters from the deep sea. Pick and choose. I think one of the most amazing features of this game is the new abilities that you get to change how you fight enemies and explore the environments. That's kind of, typical of a Metroidvania. You'll always be finding new stuff. And the abyssal creatures here, they can be challenged. Because the Brazilian team that made this, which is Mad Mimic, they love their Dark Souls. They love their tough combat. You're going to be rolling, dodging, and running all over the place just to not get hit. Marcus is a pretty fragile pirate. He can't take too many hits, and the damage is mediocre at best. You're not like two-hitting people right off the bat. So the crabs you are, but like the skull pirates, good luck, man, because there's plenty of variations of those things, and they'll be cleaning your clock pretty good. Gameplay is pretty bog standard. Like you have your attack button, your dodge button. And then eventually you'll be able to get some ranged weapons and some new abilities as you defeat stronger enemies. And with all that, you'll be able to combine to kind of express yourself during combat. Now, there is a stamina bar. On the health bar, I shouldn't even say it. There's not a stamina bar. You're going to attack as much as you want. I'm confusing it with a mana bar, which is what your ranged weapons are going to be using. That mana bar can be rejuvenated as you attack and kill enemies or destroy environmental objects. The game, from what I played, has a good mix and match of enemy combats. Sometimes you'll be facing small little fodder enemies, and then all of a sudden you'll be fighting giant creatures that can leap halfway across the arena with dudes that can pinpoint you from the entire map. It gets a little wonky. There's some like sub-bosses here and there that are quite challenging. It was hard for me to read the hitboxes in this game. Sometimes I've felt like I just grazed by, and others I was like, oh, I'm clean, and I still get hit. So I need some fine-tuning. I know this is like the playtest period, but that definitely needs some work. As far as the visuals go, it's pretty indie. I feel like it's kind of gray, it's a pirate game. I thought there'd be a little bit more Caribbean. The biomes are kind of cool. You'll see some nice crystal caves. You'll see some cursed forests, the sands, beaches. But from what I've played, I was just like in a ruin, and that was kind of dark and gray. The game is really dark. Not a lot to see here. The models, I believe, aren't that detailed, which is fine because you're looking at it through an isometric perspective and you're a little far away. So that then lend itself into big issues. I was okay with the visuals so far. There's got some good, nice dynamic lighting and particle effects, especially with the impact of enemies. Just like seeing them glow, that's always been a trigger for me since I've been a little kid. Like if you punch an enemy, I want to hear either a chunky sound or like just a rainbow of colors explode. Especially if you're playing a Genesis game. If I hit an enemy and they're not showing off the whole palette that the console can produce, you're doing it wrong. The sound is very ambient. I don't think there was ever a track in the game, not even in the main menu. As I explored this cursed island, all of it was ambient noises. Rustling woods, rocks falling, running through grass. There's very small hymns as you explore the island, but nothing very dramatic. I think the only time dramatic music played was when you encountered a boss, and that was it. And really, I only played, in the playtest that I did, I only fought 2 bosses. So the impact is nice and meaty though. It feels impactful, like when you hit enemies. The charge attack feels really nice. It feels very reactive, and it made me want to do it more. The voice acting is okay. It's nothing to write home about, but it's not bad. It does the job. And I think it's all in-house from what I can tell. It didn't detract, but it didn't add. But it was nice to have. But yeah, Mark of the Deep is just kind of a fun game if you wish to get into the playtest. I recommend it, especially if you're in Metroidvanias with Souls-like combat. It's fun. I enjoyed it, and I'm waiting for the full game to release. They're always updating the playtests. They'll always take out old areas and put new working areas in. So you'll get to see a lot of the game before it even comes out. But they're always updating the mechanics, enemy patterns, and attack. All that good stuff. So I hope this was a little bit eye-opening for those who are looking for a new indie game or want to spread the word of Mark of the Deep. I'm your homie Mega Yo-Yo, and I'm glad you stuck around, and I'll see you homies later. Peace.